Good afternoon. If everybody could come in and grab their seats. We're about to get the program started. If everyone could come in and join us. So we want to officially welcome all of the sisters, the brothers, and the siblings in the room, and all of the community activists who have taken the time to join us today, whether in person or on live. I'm so excited to announce the partnership between the UAW Women's Department and Supermajority under the direction of our very own UAW Women's Department Director, LaShawn English. Before we begin our program, we will actually center ourselves with a meditation and a land acknowledgement. The individual, the soul that's bringing that is the president of the Coalition of Labor Union Women, President Elise Bryant.
All righty. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? First of all, I want to thank LaShawn. I want to thank Ashley for the invitation. I thank Supermajority for bringing this together. And as I always say, I am a union woman, just as strong as I can be. I do not like the bosses, and the bosses don't like me. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Assalamu alaikum. UAW in the house. My sisters, brothers, siblings, comrades, my UAW, unafraid, awesome, wonderful union family, the family of my father, the union of my father, Albert Bryant Presente, proud member of UAW Local 600 for 30 years. Thank you. Everybody, come on in this house. Everybody, come on in this house. Everybody, come on in this house. Come on in this house. You're welcome here. We're going to welcome the ancestors. We're going to welcome those who have gone before us, the ones who are represented in this room. If you want to build a union, come on in this house. Vote like Black Lives Matter. Come on in this house. Who has the power? We do. Come on in this house. You can stand or you can sit. You can raise your eyes to the heavens or close your eyes in memorial and memory. We give thanks and gratitude to the ancestors, the ones who came to this country in chains, stepped off the slave ships, kissed the ground, and willed us to be here, who dreamed of this day when we would all come together as one. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I close? I thought the revolution ought to be televised, so. Is it on? I don't usually need a microphone, so I was like, okay.
Well, we on live too, though, so.
Okay. Guess we should have done the test first, huh?
Well, it was working.
Yeah, it's working when you were on.
We might have to switch them off.
Okay, we just go hold for a moment here. I think I could project loud enough for the people in the back of the room to hear. Can y'all hear me in the back of the room?
No.
I know it's for the. I know what
Facebook Live.
I know it's for. I know it's for. I was just joking. All right, everybody. Raise your eyes to the heavens. I close them in meditation. We give honor and gratitude to the ancestors who came to this country in chains, stepped off the slave ships, kissed the ground, and dreamed of this day when we would all come together. We give thanks and honor to the indigenous First Nations people, the Ottawa, the Chippewa, the Potawatomi, just to name a few, on whose stolen, unceded land we stand today. We give thanks to our foremothers who fought for our right to vote, and to everyone who fought for justice for all. We give thanks in the name of all things holy and all things sacred. Ashe, amen, ho, blessed be.
Thank you so much, Mama. I call her Mama Elise, okay? But thank you so much for centering us with the ancestors. We never want to begin anything because we know we actually have a head start as it pertains to voting, as it pertains to fighting for women's rights because of our ancestors, okay? So the next person that I would like to introduce is actually no stranger to Michigan, no stranger to women, no stranger to the politics of this grassroots movement. But I want to introduce Tashana Gill, who serves as the lead program manager for Supermajority in Michigan.
So, I don't know, I mean, this moment, you guys, is bringing back so many memories. I have to go off script, you know. At Supermajority, they totally cater to us, and they write our speeches, and they set everything up. It is a great place to work. But I need to say this in this moment. It's so many women in this room that I have known since I stepped foot in politics since 2013, and I have to give them a shout out. And it is from you guys, UAW family. So basically, they helped. These were the people that snatched me up and help cultivate what you see right now. I have to say thank you to Sharon Bell. Please rise. Helen Springer, let people see you. Pamela Powell, and Miss Parker. I don't know where she went. She's probably, okay, she's right here. Sure. Thank you guys so much. I have to be grateful and say thank you. I have to. When you see it, you got to say it, and in the moment, tell people, thank you. I will not be here so thank you in that moment. I also want to say to LaShawn English and Ashley, on behalf of Supermajority, thank you so much for this partnership. We understand what this means, like we do. And so I'll say good afternoon to everybody and welcome. My name is Tashana Gill, as she said, and forget that title. I don't care about titles. I'm an organizer. That is what I do. I hold a number of titles and they absolutely mean nothing. Organizing, that title means everything to me because that's the title that gets things done. Today, we just want to frame out the day for you. We will talk about this great information, this great announcement that's happening. And we will be doing an action, like organizing, actually, today. Can we get some hand claps for that? Woo! So first, let's start off by asking, what is Supermajority? Because people keep asking, y'all see these colors and all that. Supermajority is a women's equality organization made up of women of all background, races, ages, who are coming together to build a women's voting bloc, committed to creating a future where majority rules are real for all people. That's who we are. I came to this space and I love Supermajority. Yes, I was in the political world. And I transformed into the nonprofit realm. At Supermajority, it allows me to be my authentic self. That's the plain as I can put it to you guys. And here at Supermajority, we want every single woman in this room to leave feeling powerful today. So we ask you all to answer this one question. What is something that made you feel powerful over this past year? Who are the people that make you feel powerful? Just think about that. don't have the answer, but just think about what brings you your greatest power. As supermajority, we organize around a set of values that we call our majority rules. And I can tell you, we stay true to these values. Our lives are safe. Our bodies are respected. Our work is valued. Our families are supported. Our government represents us. And the rule that like captures my heart and soul and the reason why I am here, and it is true to fact, is our super rule, you guys, that the lives and experiences of women, particularly women of color, should be front and center in addressing all of our nation's problems. So if you are ready for these majority rules, you are ready for a future where these majority rules are true, say, I am ready. I am ready. And so I would also say this, what we've done, supermajority was created in 2018. It hit Michigan in 2019. At that time, I was working for the governor, but I also kicked off a supermajority event in Metro Detroit, in Detroit, Michigan. And it was like over 400 women came out for this new group. So it hit Michigan in 2019. Since 2018, supermajority has contacted over 15 million people. We have over 500,000 members and over 80,000 voter shifts. And that was like our numbers before we got started here in Michigan, January the 30th. I want to bring up this next young lady that was working with me in 2019, 2022, when we helped create the trifecta and all that stuff. And so we literally, I'm gonna be honest in this moment, we literally had to force her to take the job because she just wanted to be a volunteer. No, honestly, she did. She's like, I'm cool, I just want to be the volunteer, I just want to do the work. And I said, no. This is a position for you to stand alongside me and be my partner. I am not her boss. We are partners in this work. So, I gotta bring this young lady up, and this is such an honor. Tanya Ray, a native Detroiter, was born and raised on the northwest side of the city and is still proud to call Detroit home. While serving in union and community activist, Tanya has also served as a precinct delegate since 2008. That's a woo! Tanya often finds herself spending time knocking doors. This is how she spent time. Knocking doors, phone banking, and lobbying in Lansing. Well, that's gonna have to stop with supermajority, because we don't lobby. But it's a proud 29-year, well, we say 30-year UAW member, now retired. UAW Ford Local 600, UAW Region 1A. So I want to bring up this lady that has been working with me since 2019. I am so grateful to have her. I am so grateful, and I'm about to say this loud, as a partner. She refused to understand that. Miss Tanya Ray!
All right. Hey, siblings. Hey. Whew. Walk with me for a moment. Could you imagine a world where you're protected? Could you imagine a world where your work is valued? Could you imagine a world where you can be free to choose how you want to live, how you want your things to happen with your body? Could you imagine a world that you were able to be promoted without question. Ladies, we are 52% of the voting bloc. And as union members, we are about 46% of the women in the UAW. Could you imagine that if the areas in our community and in our workplace look like us, for us to not to fight, to have a seat at the table? Today, ladies, we join together because we know there's strength in numbers. We join together to make sure that our voice is heard, that we let them know that we deserve rights. We deserve to make choices. We deserve to be here. We deserve a seat at the table. Hello, I am Tanya Ray. I am a proud UAW newly retired member. As you all heard, yes, I was voluntold, hoodwinked, bamboozled, pushed into this fabulous organization that I serve with now. You all wouldn't believe the things that go on, okay? I get paid to go work out in the morning, y'all. When I was doing the work with Tashana earlier this year, I was like, wow. I said, we need to get the women's department and supermajority together. Why? Because we're on the same journey of making sure that we're educated and that we have rights and we have a seat at the table. So as I said, there's strength in numbers. So they wasn't hearing us with the two spokes on the wheels. Okay? So the more spokes you get on the wheel, the more it turns, the more it makes noise. They're going to hear us in 2024. We're taking no prisoners. Okay? We're going to have seats at the table that we deserve. All right? And the way we're going to do that with the UAW is that there's other things. Now, this kicks off the start of our partnership. But there's other things that we'll be doing weekly, like virtually phone banking together on Wednesdays. You'll see some things that come out to you to join us. And what's amazing is that our organization is not only here, it's in other states. So when we do this phone banking and we do things, we can all do them together no matter where we are. Okay, we know our arms reach wide in the UAW. Okay, and we want all of our sisters and a few brothers, and let me say this for the few good men in the room, thank you. Thank you, because we're not saying that we don't need you. We're not saying that we're trying to take your place. What we are saying is we want to walk side by side in this fight for our rights. And we appreciate that you show up and show out for us as well. Okay? Man, for somebody, I don't like speaking to you all. I like doing the work. That's my lane. I'm a worker bee. But Ashley and Tashana, and now Director English, is not going to allow me to do that. So I am grateful that you all showed up today. I hope this will not be the last time that we see the numbers in this room. Y'all, we have work to do. Yes. And the only way to get done if we do it, okay? And we do it together. One voice, one sound, one band, doing this work to make sure that our voices are heard as women, that our rights are protected as women, and we get what we deserve. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanya, for your expertise not only in the labor movement, but for understanding that this partnership is essential to getting out the vote during this election season. We know that our reproductive freedom is on the line, and it's not just a women's issue, it is truly a family issue. And it is truly the choices of families to come, whether they are same-sex or not. So it is incumbent upon us to seize this moment to ensure that we are not only getting out the vote, but we need you to knock one more door, to do everything you can. Talk to your family members, because y'all love talking to strangers, but you don't talk to your family. I know, I'm guilty of it at times too. But I just want to really strongly encourage all of you to do everything you can, because this is going to be a tight election season. But we need to let them know that women need to be in every space where decisions are being made. So it's no secret that we would partner with an organization such as Supermajority. And I always like to start with the mission, because without a mission, you have no vision, and then you have no execution. So we want to make sure that we center you in the mission of the Women's Department, which is very similar to the Supermajority when you look at those values. Our mission is to work to alleviate the inequities created by race and class while continuing to address gender injustice as it relates to discrimination in hiring, pay, promotion, training, seniority protection, and retention in the workplace. And I want to make sure that all the men in the room understand that we're talking about gender equity. It's not just exclusive to women. It's the ensurance that everybody has the opportunity to have a say in the way that our democracy is ran. So similar to Supermajority, we have 4 core tenets that we do work within. And the goals of those 4 core tenets to meet our mission are to increase gender equity. That not only means collective bargaining, right, within our workplaces. We've seen a huge increase with women in trades, for example, but that wasn't done without a fight to change collective bargaining agreements to ensure that women were able to not only enter, but also remain in those type of jobs. Also, increase gender equity in politics. I want everyone in this room to know that 30% of the legislature is white male. I don't mean anything against the white males in the room. What I'm saying is that 30% does not represent the over 50% of women that we know are a part of the electorate. So it is incumbent upon us to make sure that we're not just transforming the workplace, but also society as well. And also advocating for gender-based justice. All of our siblings, that when we have discussions about those who look differently than they feel, that they also feel included. No one can be left behind in our workplaces or in our communities. And also combating gender-based violence. Gender-based violence includes sexual harassment, but also bullying in the workplace. All of the manifestations that we see, whether it be just if you're a woman in trades, let's say, and then they want to say that, oh, a girl should do this or a girl should do that. Or you're in a workplace and you're a man and a woman is touching you inappropriately. I'm going to just keep it 100, because what I will say is gender-based violence is not exclusive to gender. That's right. But the reality of it is that everybody should be able to show up in the workplace and in their community safely. Yes. So now that I've covered those tenets, I have the distinct honor of introducing our next speaker. Our next speaker is the director of the UAW Women's Department. Yeah. And she didn't know, because she's starting to move. I'm like, no, I got to say something. Because I want to say that her energy is relentless. Like, she made sure that we not only had this space, this venue, she did everything that she could, even working the board, to make sure that we got videos, that there was some participation, making sure that this partnership went without a hitch, going through the process and the procedure and saying, no, we're going to do this. And so I'm so grateful for her energy. And I understand, too, that the impact of her expertise. She isn't just someone who didn't come up through the ranks. She's a 3-time recording secretary, but also a 3-time president. elected at a stamping plant that's majority male. And she is the first female to be elected as the UAW Region 1 Director as well. So please stand to your feet as our director comes and blesses you with a message.
Woo, thank you, thank you. Thank you. It's crazy. I say we should be humble, but you know what? I don't think we should be humble. Let's not. That's the thing. Women are too quiet. Humble means you're being quiet. So don't be humble anymore, you know? I definitely want to make sure I do bring greetings from President Shawn Fain. He tried his hardest to get a message in. And he wasn't very successful because I kind of asked him at the last minute, and he got kind of, he was in flight, and he tried. He really tried. I mean, it really broke his heart that he could not be here today because he really felt the need, the importance of this. And I got to say this for him. He put me in the role as the women department, the International Women Department. But I can tell you this, he have allowed me and Ashley to grow. And I really appreciate what he has done for me and allowing me and Ashley in this department to do the things that we need to do. So I definitely want to say greetings from President Shawn Fain. And also the rest of the IE board members also, greetings. And you will hear from some of our IE board members also today because they send in videos, and I think we have one that will be zooming in. So, good afternoon.
Great afternoon.
It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you this afternoon as the Director of the International Women's Department and also the Director of Region 1. As I look out here in this incredible gathering, I'm filled with a profound sense of pride and gratitude. Everyone here and those who are joining us on Facebook has the opportunity to make change. You are all change makers. Yes, yes, yes. The change makers are who are members of the UAW, UAW supporters, and UAW community members who understand the importance of this moment. The UAW Women's Department has a long history of transforming workplaces through programs that not only ensure that women are retained in the workplace, but that all working families can strive in the workplace. It was women who organized to ensure the success of the Flint sit-down strike, feeding over 5,000 members of the community, while also becoming human shields to protect their husbands, partners, and loved ones, as the police shot rounds of gunfires into the plant. So you hear what they said? Would you hear what I said? Yeah. Yes, hear what I said there. The women stood fearlessly and dared them to shoot. Could you imagine standing down the barrel of a gun and telling someone to shoot? In this moment, we too must stand fearlessly together, united, regardless of our race, our gender, or our income levels. In our society, it's no secret. Whenever movement occurs in our history, it is required both heat and light. As the late Congressman John Lewis stated, we are the heat, that is you guys, the change makers. The people united under one mission, a mission of progress through boots on the grounds, knocking on doors, text banking, phone banking. We are also the light, you change makers. As today, you will lead with knowledge, awareness, education that you can use to talk with your family, your friends, and those people that you are in the grocery store. Because you know when we're aligning, you're not using the U-Scan, right? Because we're saving jobs, so when you're standing in the line, you're going to talk to those people also. You know, as you stated, we're going to talk, right? We're going to talk. I want to hear we're going to talk, right? Yeah. Okay. So today's partnership announcement with the supermajority is essential. Departments, Women to Women programs will empower women's committees, which includes, these are our local women committees. It includes, and it should, if yours don't, that's okay, but it should, women, men, and LGBTQ plus. The Women to Women campaign will engage members across the nations to get out the vote through partnership with grassroots organizations like Supermajority. And also, lead of women voters. So I definitely want to make sure that not only did we partnership with Supermajority, the women's department, which me and Ashley just went to this week, we are partnership with the lead of women voters. So we are partnership with other people. Yes, yes, yes. Whether it be joining us for our upcoming talks about Wednesday, so hopefully all of you guys are signed up, because we do a talk about Wednesday. Very helpful information, it's very good information. Please join. If you're not, please join. Or join us every Wednesday for text banking with Supermajority. Or perhaps this year, you have the honor to go to our International Women's and TOP Conference that will be in Chicago in August. Every member, every community member, everyone in this room, and all those tuning in will have the opportunity to engage, because we need each of you to bring the heat and the light. Okay. The decision to partnership with Supermajority is rooted in our shared values of a society that value the work of women. A society that reflects women as the majority. As you heard, we are 51% of the majority. Women are. That we are not only in voting booths, but in the legislative halls and in all spaces and places where decisions are being made. Hear what I say. We need to be in all places where decisions are made. Yes. Imagine if women were in those rooms, from the bargaining tables to the legislative halls. The issue of the day will be solved. We will solve those problems. You hear that? We will solve them. It's not because we're women. Let's be clear about that. It's not because we're women, but because women have the unique ability to uplift everyone, to make sure no one is left behind. These are our powers. These are our superpowers. At the bargaining tables, when women are in the lead, we have been very successful with negotiating. Listen to this. Paid parental leaves, regardless of your origin or marital status. We have seen child care, stimulus, and resource for elders. This is when women are at the table for bargaining. As Rosalind Carter stated, there are only four kinds of people in this world. Those who are being a caregiver, those who will be caregivers, and those who will need a caregiver. So I'm gonna reread that over, because it's like you need to regrasp what that means. You have to kind of regrasp it. Those who are currently caregivers, those who will be caregivers, and those who will need a caregiver. So, just hear how that's saying. We must bring the heat to create a society that allows us to care for our children and our elders. In the legislative halls, when women lead, so this is when our politicians, we have women that are politicians, when they lead, because it's showing, because women are leading in the politics right now. When they lead, we have seen increase in minimum wage, especially here in Michigan, correct? Infrastructure for child care has improved when women lead, and elder care, but this is all at state levels. It's time for us to push this legislation to the federal level, so the pay equity exists regardless of gender, what you look like, or who you love, so that women of all society can have a greater work-life balance. Wouldn't that be great? Yes. Wouldn't that be great? Yes. Because women know what work-balance life look like, right? Collectively, we are excited about this dynamic opportunity. We look forward to this information session today in alignment with our goals for communities involvement and expansion collaboration partnership. We introduce some and are present to many, the supermajority. Supermajority is a group committed to building political power to create a future where all people are truly equal. Its three creators, the grassroots founders, Celeste Richards, Ija Jean Poole, and Alicia Garces. They recognize how significant this needed to get this together. They realize, just imagine, hear what I'm saying, listen to three women sat down together to create something that they felt was needed. They felt was needed. If you don't feel something is needed, I mean, look at here, we're already at 2024, and you heard how many members she said they have. So 3 women started this. So you have to feel this energy, 3 women. And they started it, I guess they got together in 2016 during the election when they really said it was time. And so, you know, she says, but my number said, you know, during that time, 500 members, 500 members. When I heard that number, I think to myself, 500 members. You know what, I think in elections of the presidents and all them, we don't get that many people to even vote, you know? It's amazing, it's amazing. And so this is crazy though, we didn't talk about, so this is their membership and it's growing. But it's free to join. And this membership gives you access to training, newsletters, events, marketplace discounts, and more. However, the main focus of the membership is to empower women with ways they can achieve building the world we deserve. Of course, they just talk about the 5 primary objectives and rules for their things. Their rules of engagement. Our lives are safe. Everybody want a safe life, right? We want to be safe, right? We do. Our bodies are respected. It's our bodies. Our work is valued. Our families are supported. And our government respects us. The effort of the UAW Women's Department and the supermajority collectively have not only sparked change, but have ignited a movement that continues to make meaningful strides towards gender equality and justice. When we talk about empowerment, we are not just talking about words, guys, here. We're talking real stuff, real ideas, real things, real actions. We're talking about tangible actions and initiatives that uplift women and amplify their voices and create opportunity for them to thrive. The UAW Women's Department has been in the forefront of advocating for fair wages, safe working conditions, and equal opportunity in the workplace. Your commitment to fighting for this fundamental right is not only, but critical in shaping a more just society. Simply, the supermajority collectively has played a pivotal role in mobilizing women across the nation, harnessing collective power to drive change at every level of society by championship issues such as reproductive rights, health care access, and economic justice. Supermajority has empowered women to become agents of change in their community. Together, both organizations, what it means with courage, compassion, and a steady, fair commitment to justice, your collaboration efforts have not only empowered individual women, but also inspired countless others to join the movement and advocate for gender equality. Let's talk reality we face today. The numbers speak volumes. Workplace, on average, women earn 23% less than globally and spend about 3 times as many hours in unpaid domestic care work as men. Harassment and assault on the workplace are still drastically problems for us women. It's still a problem. We don't talk about it, but it's still a problem. Leadership, we've heard that, but it's crazy when I look at these numbers. Only 10% of the world head of states today are women in the U.S. That's the state, only 10% less, yes, that's globally. We're not just talking United States. Yes, that's talking both, United States and globally. And only 8% of women are CEO of companies, guys. Wow, do the math, 51% of the population, but we're 8% and 10%. Let's do those. Healthcare, women healthcare. We face the majority of attacks funding, legislation, and undermining health in our bodies and our time. So our bodies are always under attack. Again, women, 51%. Let me think about it. If I had $1 and I go to the store, why is my value so much less because I'm a woman? I got 51 cents more than someone else, right? So, but here are these numbers, Poverty. An estimated 335 million women and girls globally are currently living in extreme poverty. Climate change, it negatively impacts the food for these places because they don't have water, they don't have juice, they just don't have access to things that they need. So that really affects a lot of things. And then violence. Violence against women, it remains high. We are the most women are trafficked, most everything that happens, most still highly crime things happen to women. We still are the target for a lot of criminals, a lot of things. Global health, climate, and humanity crises have further increased risks of violence, especially for the most vulnerable women and girls. The World Health Organization estimates that 1 in 3 women, 1 in 3, so that means in this room, 1 in 3 of us experience some kind of violence. 1 in 3. And it says suffer sexual violence in their lifetime. Hear that again. 1 in 3 of us in this room, if you look at 3 people, someone in this room was sexually assaulted by someone violently. Women alive today over 650 million women alive today were married before the age of 18, with additional 12 million girls married each year. Gender-based violence especially impact LGBTQ plus members. Those are not just statistics, there are systematic problems. They are the lives experience of the mothers, the daughters, the sisters, and friends. We have women in our community who struggle with affordable daycare who earns less than half of what their male counterpart earn. They struggle to put food on the table and to buy the necessary for their children and themselves. Women, we are battered and abused and no safe place to go. We need to protect those who are unhoused. We need healthy food programs, food choices, and more lunch provided in our school. We need to enhance our national paid leave policy, correct, right? These things must change, There's work to be done by all of us. Our shared goals. The UAW Women Department is committed to this endeavor, but we cannot do this work alone. We cannot. We will work within the communities, work with community leaders and women activists to ensure that the supermajority continue its great work. We need all of you to stand beside us in the solidarity to help to get the job done. We do. Activist and writer Malaya Safa reminded us, we cannot all succeed when half of us being held back. I raise up my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those within a voice can be heard. It's a sober reminder that while progress has been made, it's important that we continue forward with advocacy and action to build on our past wins. As we know, the UAW launched the stand-up strike in September 2023, where we fought for record-breaking contracts. That was a long 6 weeks for our membership. Whether you was on strike or not, you just didn't know what's happening. It was a long 6 weeks. The fight was not pretty. It involved a lot of bargaining and negotiation with the big 3. Since then, we have not taken a seat. As a matter of fact, we continue to stand up and fight for good contracts and benefits and fosters an excellent quality of life for our membership, including equal opportunities for our UAW women on an ongoing basis. I bring the stand-up mentality to this partnership. We are ready to continue to fight, not just for women of the UAW, for all women. Do we ready to fight for all women? Yes. Okay. We are eager to stand up and stand strong in this partnership with Supermajority. We will stand up for women's rights. We will stand up for women empowered. We will stand up for restoring voters' rights. We will stand up for social justice and stand up for safe communities. Stand up for women's bodies and stand up for women's right to choose their partners regardless of race or gender. Your life, your choice. Your life, your choice. We, the women of the UAW, stand up for supermajority. Do we stand up for supermajority? Yes. We must stand up and organize around our issues, utilize the community leaders and activists who align with our goals. They have to align with our goals, guys. I will leave you with this thought. The only way we collectively will move our nation forward is to be relentless, not only in getting out the vote this election, but also in holding elected officials accountable.
Yes, that part.
When we are tired, which most of us are, right? Because most of us are always tired, we must keep going. Knocking on one more door, joining one more text banking, and having one more conversation. At this time, I'd like to thank each of you for joining us, and thank you for bringing the heat, because y'all bringing the heat, right? We're gonna bring that heat? We're gonna bring that heat? Okay. So today, I'm gonna ask you to stay after the presentation and everything and to join us in a text banking action. As you bring the light to thousands, encourage them to get out the vote this election season. So we're bringing the what? The heat? The heat and the light. Let's say it louder. We're bringing the heat and the light. Can I count on y'all? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't know if you heard, but our director is truly committed to making sure that we leverage these partnerships and connect our members to make sure that we're tapping in to this election season. So let's give Director English another round of applause. As was stated before, this partnership doesn't just center in the state of Michigan. It is actually all across the United States, which is why we have several video messages from directors from different regions, because they want to equally show that this is a partnership that they're equally committed to living out. So without further ado, I will introduce each video and let you hear from the directors who not only support women in their region, but support women all across the nation in this movement. The first director that we will hear a message from is Director Laura Dickerson, who is the Regional Director of Region 1A.
Greetings, delegates, members of the supermajority. My name is Laura Dickerson, UAW Region 1A Director. I'm excited today, very excited about the partnership between the UAW and the supermajority. As we look through this election cycle, women are in the forefront of this election, this very critical election. So I hope you have a great conference today. I hope you enjoy the information that you're going to receive. I'm looking forward to our partnership. It's a great partnership, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
And we're so excited because Director Laura Dickerson is also the director over the TOP department, and we'll be partnering with our upcoming women's conference. We'll have women's and TOP coming together, convening in Chicago with over 500 in attendance. So we're super excited. And I think that's a great segue to our next regional director, who is the regional director for the state of Illinois and several other states, Director Campbell, who literally made it happen, because if you don't know, these directors are busy, okay? They're in the midst of conferences, they're running their regions, and so we really are appreciative of them taking the time to actually deliver a video because of this significant moment. So without further ado, this is a video message from Director Brandon Campbell of Region 4.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Campbell, Director of UAW Region 4. I want to start out by saying thank you to all of you for the opportunity to talk to you today, and thank you to LaShawn English for asking me to make this video, and her leadership in the UAW Women's Department, the UAW as a whole, and joining forces with important allies in the fight for women's rights and equity and equality with organizations like Supermajority. So again, Director LaShawn English, thank you. This is the most important election of our lifetime. Don't go to sleep on me. I know you've heard that 1,000 times and you're gonna hear it 1,000 more times. Why? Because it is. It's the election of now. Just like Walter Reuther indicated to us, no matter what we did in the past, no matter what we did at the bargaining table, that can all be wiped away with the stroke of a pen.
Hello, UAW family. I'm Mike Miller, Director of UAW Region 6, sending greetings to all my union siblings participating in this great event promoting gender equity and justice throughout our union and communities, and especially in the upcoming election cycle. Gender justice and equity are under attack like never before, and we need to be unified and fight for and to elect candidates who fight for issues like an end to gender-based discrimination, gender pay equity, reproductive justice for all, and trans inclusion. Let's go, UAW. Let's go, UAW.
We're gonna do, we'll do Brandon, sorry. Brandon Campbell.
No, we're not gonna.
No, I got it, enough to just play it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Press play for me.
Which one?
Yeah, but make it big too. Okay.
All right, so, okay, so sorry about that. But you know, when things happen, what do we do as women? We fix it, we make it happen anyway, okay? So, and I don't want no slight to Director Campbell because he made this video for us, and I apologize if you're on the live feed, Director Campbell. But he's really a true advocate for women, and we really truly love and appreciate him for sending this video message. So without further ado, Region 4 Director Brandon Campbell.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Campbell, Director of UAW Region 4. I want to start out by saying thank you to all of you for the opportunity to talk to you today, and thank you to LaShawn English for asking me to make this video, and her leadership in the UAW Women's Department, the UAW as a whole, and joining forces with important allies in the fight for women's rights and equity and equality with organizations like Supermajority. So again, Director LaShawn English, thank you. This is the most important election of our lifetime. Don't go to sleep on me. I know you've heard that 1,000 times and you're gonna hear it 1,000 more times. Why? Because it is. It's the election of now. Just like Walter Reuther indicated to us, no matter what we did in the past, no matter what we did at the bargaining table, that can all be wiped away with the stroke of a pen in the legislative halls today. So again, today is the most important time. Now is the most important election of our lifetime. Women's rights are on the ballot. And I don't just mean women's reproductive rights. Women's rights, women's civil and human rights are on the ballot. Regardless of things like gender bias and lackluster laws or laws that suck for working people, the great equalizer is union density. The more union density that we have, the more gender equity that we're going to win. The only way we're going to move forward, labor and women as one, that's the only way we're going to be able to move forward, is together. Together, to do that, we need to get out the vote. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know you are going to vote. But we need for your friends, your family, your neighbors, the person behind you at the checkout line at the grocery store. We need them to vote. You are going to the checkout line, right? You're not going to the self-checkout stuff. You need to have some people in line to talk to, right? your rights are in jeopardy. So that means my rights are in jeopardy. We're in this together. If I accept inequity for you, then I accept it for me. I accept it for everyone. This is a we thing, not a me thing. But look, we face a very stark choice right now, not just in November. Right now, we face a stark choice. Do we stay on the sidelines? Do we just complain? Are we going to be complicit in the world, in places that's falling down around us? Or are we going to move the needle? Are we going to change the world? And make no mistake, I don't want to put that burden on any one person. It's not your job to change the entire world, to move the entire mountain. It's our job to move the pebbles of that mountain from the right to the left. And by the time we know it, that mountain has shifted because we did it one pebble at a time together. With that, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for coming together. Most importantly, I thank you starting now for getting out the vote and electing labor-friendly, woman-friendly candidates this November. Thank you.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm always excited that the men are lining up behind us as women, not only encouraging us to vote, but standing with us. Thank you, Director Campbell, for your message. Now we'll have a message from Region 8 Director, Director Tim Smith, who represents over 17 states. And Director Smith is really one of our personal favorites, I have to admit, between me and Director English, because he has been a strong advocate for women, women in leadership in the UAW, women in leadership politically. And so we are really grateful and proud to have a message from him as well.
Good afternoon. I am Region 8 Director Tim Smith. While I wish I could be there in person, I couldn't miss this opportunity to express the significance of this movement within the partnership between the UAW, Women's Department, and the supermajority. Region 8 covers over 17 states, and of those 17 states, we are looking forward to partnering with the supermajority in Virginia, Georgia, North Carolina, and we must get out and vote in the election season because of the freedom of women. All of our society are on the ballot.
Hello, my name is Amanda Goins. I'm a Region 8 International Representative, as well as the Women's Liaison for the region. We have a fight in Georgia with proposed legislation that will require teachers to show students an ultrasound video featuring fetal development during pregnancy. This was defeated, but it will be brought back out of committee if we don't get the right representatives elected. In Virginia, we have a more favorable House. We need to make sure it stays that way, especially with a governor that continually tries to strip women of their rights. Women are the majority in this country, and together we can make sure we elect candidates that support women's and workers' rights.
In solidarity, we can win.
We're so grateful for Director Smith, and the reason why we say he's our favorite, because he actually made the motion so that we could have a conference in Chicago at the International Executive Board meeting. So I just want to give him a shout out. And also just highlight the fact that a lot of times most of us don't realize we live in the state of Michigan, most of those in this room, where you have 3 women who are at the helm of the state. But across the United States, women are facing really stark contrast in their ability to exercise their reproductive freedom. And so we want to make sure that you get a scope from every region, because it's very different when you go to different regions. The southern region is not very favorable. They've even talked about taking away women's right to vote. And it always starts with, they say abortion and all of that, but really the same constitutional amendment tied to abortion is tied to voting, tied to same-sex marriage. And so when they come for one, they really are coming for everyone, okay? And today we also have the pleasure of having a message, but a live video message. Don't we love technology? Because we in Michigan, but we live. And so we have Director Mansilla, who has joined us, and he's going to give a message. And he's one of the regions that has very, very progressive policies. But guess who's running those state institutions? Women. Yes, it's no secret. Women are running those legislators. So without further ado, Region 9A Director Brandon Mansilla.
Hello, everybody. Apologies for some technological issues there, but I'm Brandon Mansilla. I'm the Region 9A Director. We represent 50,000 active and retired members across New York, New England, and the rest of New England and also Puerto Rico. I'm really proud to be here with you all today to share a message of solidarity and thankful for the invitation from Director LaShawn English and also from Ashley Lewis. I wanted to take this from my office, but life has me on the road. Our regional directors are always busy on the road. But I couldn't miss this opportunity anyways to stand in solidarity with all of you and the Women's Department and to support to express our support from Region 9A with Supermajority and this partnership that we're establishing. In our region, in 9A, we are proud to lead the fight alongside the rest of the labor movement in our region for women's rights, for abortion access, for reproductive freedom and healthcare, and for gender justice and LGBTQ+ liberation. This past Friday, as some of you may know, was the anniversary of the 1969 Stonewall riots in New York City. And today, our members in our region are marching on the streets as proud UAW members for queer liberation with the Reclaim Pride Coalition. Whether it's in our organizing or in our contract negotiations or in our strikes when they're necessary, we fight very hard to make sure that our members from across sectors win universal child care access, that they win paid parental leave, and they win protections against harassment and gender discrimination on the job. These are working class issues. They're not separate. They're not women's issues or economic issues. They go hand in hand. When your boss is a sexist and a serial harasser, that's a labor issue and a workplace safety issue. When you don't have the time or the right to take leave to take care of your newborn, that's also a labor issue. And when you have to decide between finding a job or staying at home because childcare is too expensive or not accessible, that's also a labor issue. The working class cares about these issues, and it's up to us as unions to put the power of the movement to win these transformations, from our organizing to our contracts to ballot box. I'm proud to stand with you all on the front lines of this fight for women and gender justice and all of that it entails. Solidarity forever, everyone.
So we're super grateful for Director Mansilla joining us, look, for live from his car. That's dedication, but him just bringing that message, because this isn't, Supermajority even is not just about women. We're for advancing all of society, whether they're LGBTQ+IA, whether they call themselves queer, she, him, her, they, whomever they are, that they are recognized as human beings. So thank you so much, Director Mansilla, for giving us not only a message, but giving us broader insight as well. So now we're going to have Michigan State Senator Stephanie Chang bring it all home for us before we do our action.
Well, good afternoon. It is great to be here. Thank you so much to Supermajority and the UAW. Especially want to thank Director English as well as to Shauna for your leadership. This is a room that is truly reminding me right now of the power of women and the power of women of color, because we get it done and we make the change happen. So I would love everyone could raise up your signs, and when I say we are, you say the supermajority. We are. Supermajority. We are. Supermajority. We are. Supermajority. Excellent. Well, thank you so much. You know, one of the supermajority rules that you heard about earlier is that our families are supported. So what does that mean? You know, I think about many of the economic justice issues that are facing our state, that are facing our country, and many of those economic justice issues are issues that affect our families. But those are especially issues that disproportionately impact women of color. So when we talk about economic justice, we're talking about ensuring that our families are able to pay their bills and that they're able to make ends meet. And we know that far too many in this country are struggling to do that. One of those things that we're really concerned about here in Michigan is the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of Michigan households who are struggling to pay their water bills. And we are here in the Great Lakes State. We are surrounded by fresh water, and we know that water is life, and we know that human beings need water to live. So in 2015, when I first took office, I met a mother named Nicole, and she had had her water shut off the prior year. And I learned from her about the impact that that experience had on her. She ended up in the ER because of a viral infection. I learned about the impact of this water shutoff on her children, who were ashamed and afraid to go to school because they couldn't take a bath. So when we talk about economic justice issues, we're talking about water and that access to water as a human right. We're also talking about human dignity and just making sure that our moms and our babies are able to take care of themselves. During COVID in 2020, we learned that there were over 317,000 Michigan households who were behind on that water bills. Sometimes, you know, they try to talk about some issues as if, oh, that's only a Detroit problem. Water is an everybody problem. Everyone needs access to water. And so we heard from these people who had talked about their experiences with not being able to pay their water bills, and we also got the data, and we learned that water is unaffordable, not just for Michiganders in Southeast Michigan, but for Michiganders on the west side of the state, in the Upper Peninsula, and really across this whole entire state. And we know that this is a nationwide issue as well. So I'm really proud to work with a number of colleagues as well as a number of amazing organizations on the ground, including the People's Water Board, who is here today, to really lift up water affordability as a priority for the state of Michigan. We have introduced legislation in the Michigan State Legislature to make sure that if you are low income in the state of Michigan, that you will have a water bill that is not more than 3% of household income. We know that this could work because it's already happening in certain parts of the state, and it's something that needs to happen statewide so that every single Michigan woman, family, anyone is able to have water that they can afford. This is a policy that is designed to leave no one behind, because it is so critical that every single Michigan family has that access to water so that we can have better public health, so that families can make their ends meet, and so that we can move us forward as a state. So I really believe that this legislation, which would ensure that everyone gets an affordable water bill, that has a long-term sustainable funding solution, and that protects people from water shutoffs, is absolutely what we need to do here in Michigan. We can be a national leader for women, for families, and economic justice. So I would urge you to take action if you are supportive of this concept. If you're here in Michigan, to actually call or email your own state legislator and ask them to support water affordability in the state of Michigan. And I also really want to encourage you to, whatever it is, the issue that makes you stay up at night, whether it's reproductive freedom, or if it's water justice, or it's the fact that we haven't paid family leave at the state level or at the federal level, or the fact that we still have so much to do to enshrine voting rights, which people literally fought and died for decades ago, and yet we are still having to fight for voting rights. Remember those issues, and anytime you get tired, you feel that exhaustion, as Director English said, to knock on that one more door, to do that next phone banking shift, because there is so much at stake. I'm a mom. I got 2 little kids. I got a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old who's turning 9 in about a month, and I want them to have a future where they are secure, where they have access to clean and healthy water, where we can make sure that they have a better, prosperous future for themselves and their whole generation. We cannot afford to move backward. We have to move forward. And so I know that you all know that because you are here in this room. Spread the word. Keep talking to everyone that you know and keep knocking on those doors. Thank you again so much to Supermajority and the UAW for your incredible leadership. And together we will win.
We shared the Facebook link with our Supermajority team. And so our executive director is so overwhelmed. She says thank you. Her name is Taylor. Jara Butler, most of you met before. She says thank you, and like Supermajority team is just overwhelmed, and they are so grateful, and they say thank you. So this is the time where we get to work, right? This is the fun part. This is the part I love. But before we do that, you guys, shouted out men all through this. And I have to give this very special thank you, because I don't think he knows. So I'm going to do it in this moment because it's a Facebook Live, and he can't say I never did it. I have to say thank you, guys. If you see me sitting here and I'm looking back and I'm texting, because we have a +3 that's helping us do this today, and that is always helping me do everything. It's not just me. I have a strong partner, a best friend, a love of my life, BJ Williams. Thank you. He woke up early and just has to stick with me on every event and deal with, and he's rapping and packing stuff, and I know, since the beginning. Thank you very much. So, he's also going to participate in this action. So, everybody, whoever wants to call, we welcome you to, but he has no choice, right? I'm calling too, by the way. So first, let me give you some numbers that what we've done in Michigan so far. So far, Tanya and myself, we have did over 140,000 texts so far. We also have made over 300,000 calls so far. Today in this room, we will do dials, but we'll get to, because the screen is behind me, so let me turn behind me. So our states that we're focused throughout the state of Michigan. We have people in battleground states like Arizona, here in Michigan, Pennsylvania, just to name a few. So we're on the ground and in the air virtually everywhere. We're always working. We believe in grassroots. Yes, the events are great, the pictures are wonderful, but I always tell people at the core of all campaigns, this is my saying that I always say, grassroots is so important. Behind every campaign or any elected official, there are an army full of women, an army. And the majority of those women, most of the time, are women of color doing the work, right? So we know that. How do we win anything? There's only a couple ways to win, you guys. It's phone banking and knocking doors. Text messaging and Facebook, those are add-ons. Actually, you can't win anything with Facebook. You can't. If you're not using that just to put a donation link, you're wasting your time. So, at the core of it, we have to do the work. Here, we will start doing the work by phone banking. Our phone banking system is so easy. Who in this room has phone banked with us before? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, and if you have, Pat, could you stand up and tell people how really simple it is? I know I'm putting you on the spot. It's important in this moment. Because some people be like, oh my God, no, I don't want to do that. But I promise you, you guys, it is so simple. Pat? She's fine. So, I'm sorry, we're on Facebook Live too, and they probably can't hear you, Pat. So we'll have Tanya Ray reiterate it.
So once you scan the link or hit the link, it's going to ask you for your phone number. The phone number is for our records. When you make your calls, they will not be able to call you back, so you won't get, special people calling you back.
So, no, you won't.
No, you won't. And us doing it together allows our numbers to continue to move. Yeah.
It goes faster.
Yeah.
We use a system called Scale to Win. If I am on it by myself, I would never get anybody. If 4 people are on it, because with 4 people, let me just give you the numbers. With 4 people in 1 hour, we do like 10,000 calls. Literally. So look around in this room. Just 45 minutes of your time, I think we'll probably be done for the year, Tanya. But that's literally how it works. It only gives you the people who will answer when it gets to the script. So if you can scan this, if it allows you to scan this, like you can pick your phone up and scan it, we will ask you to scan it now. Or if you got the thing, if you don't have it, share it with somebody that does have it. Scan it, put your name, phone number. That they do not know your name. They will not have your phone number. That is for us, right? Now, if you don't want a phone bank, you don't have to. This is for those who want to phone bank. After we're done here, if you wish to leave, have a great day. And we're not mad at it. We don't care. But we do have food for those who are phone. We do.
If you stay,
Tanya ordered food.
if you stay and you're hungry, you can eat.
We have a whole caterer, Sabrina and family over there, and it's some great food over there. So Tanya has taken care of us with the food. But, so, if you scan, how many people have scanned the link already and typed your name in? Somebody over here calling already. There we go, director.
Let's go. Let's go to work.
There we go. The director is on the line. So you can preview the next important thing is the script. You can preview it. We ask you to read through it. The point of our script, it is so simple. Those rules that we repeated, our lives matter, our lives are safe, our bodies are important, government represents us. We're literally calling people, asking them, do they believe in all of those rules or one of those rules? We're identifying our voters. If they say yes, click yes, thank you, have a nice day, go to the next caller. The full script is for you to know about us, to pick out certain things that you might want to say, but at its essence, it's very simple. So if you're sitting there and you're calling me and you're trying to read through that whole thing, I'm going to hang up on you. So please be mindful that the most important thing is that you say, hi, my name is beautiful Sharon Parker. I am with Supermajority. I am calling you today. Well, you can say Supermajority is, because it gives you a sentence about who we are, and we want to know, do you believe in our lives matter? Our bodies are safe. Yes or no? Thank you, have a nice day. It's simple. Why is it so simple? Because down the line, our next follow-up, those people, when we're identifying the people that believe in our values, then we remind them a quick thing to go vote. So that's how we push people out. How did this work so well? And let's give you numbers matter. In 2022, when a governor, my former boss, walked across the stage in that pink suit, it was ours. She wore our suit. Why did she wear our suit? Because we contacted over 1.6 million women, and we helped flip those counties. We helped flip Kent County. We helped flip Macomb County. So she wore our suit and she wore our pin. So that we find that simplicity helps. Nobody wants to be on the phone all day. You don't want to be on the phone all day. So we build the script to help, and it's fun. You're going to get people that yell at you. Yes, you are. But that's fun. Like, who cares? They don't know you and you don't know them. So it's an easy process. It's not your normal phone banking, and we get the work done. So, again, is anyone having trouble scanning the link that plans on phone banking? This is for, we only calling Michigan people. So you will always be, huh? Yes.
No matter where you
call
are, no
Michigan
matter
people.
where you from, no matter what,
You do.
you can be sitting on the beach. You can participate with us with the phone
And
bank.
I will tell you this, Ty and I, this is great news. We're sitting over here on our laptop because we're managing canvases that's going on in Muskegon right now. So far in Muskegon, this weekend, they've knocked over 1,000 doors, just in Muskegon. So we have people knocking doors in Oakland County. So that's why we have our laptops up and we're working, because this right here is weird to us. We literally are doing this. And yes, I do it too. It doesn't matter how far I go up. I know what's the point. I know the importance of winning. I know the importance of how you win, and I participate in all actions that we do, which is becoming more difficult with my job. But it's okay.
Deshauna, is it, how do you register to go door knocking?
Oh, you want to door? Oh, okay. Okay. So if you want to door knock today, we do have turf in every area. Like if you want to do it today, we can have it done today. So if we do have people in here that want to leave and go door knocking, you can do it today. Also, if you just want to door knock in the future, we can give you the link. So anybody in here that wants to door knock in the future. Remember, you're on the spot, your director right here. I will just be raising my hand. You door knocked with us already. So if you want to door knock with us, see Tanya Ray. She can give you, and these two have door knocked with us, this whole row right here, yay. But that's easy. We can drop you a link wherever you are in your area. You don't have to come to our area. Like if you want to leave outside your house and door knock, we can make that happen. If you only want to do your precinct, we can make that happen. It's just sending you the link. So because last event we had some people that wanted to door knock, we can give you a list, you can leave and go door knock. You don't have to be involved with phone banking, because some people just like to door knock. Everybody has their preference. You about to do it again?
So I'm just going, I know, and I love them because they being diplomatic. Everybody that's here, the expectation is that you're going to do some phone banking today, okay? And you can say you from the UAW and Ashley Mean and Ashley Valentine, but the director herself is already on to start not only phone banking, but text banking, okay? So everybody in this room, the expectation is that you will. Those who are on Facebook Live, the link has been dropped in there for you too. No one will be excluded from this action, okay?
Well, we've been told. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure is Director English was very adamant about making sure that we all do an action and do it together. Okay? So we will hope that no one leaves. And if your stomach needs to be filled, we have a union caterer.
Yeah.
So a union caterer. So for anybody who wanted to know, yes, y'all know I come from union background. I am UAW, and it's what we do. We support our own to make sure that they eat too, all right? But everyone, just think.
And if you need a charger, Just for the record, they are available, just so you know. You did hear what she say? They don't know it's y'all, so they're not going through your phone
don't know.
contact. So, you know, I mean, come on. If you're going to tell me you're bringing the light, you're bringing the heat, and you can't talk to a stranger, then most of y'all lied to us in this room. Let's be clear. So y'all sit here and let me speak, and y'all like, I'm a liar. Let's not make a liar out of us. Let's show that UAW, we can do this, like I said. If you need a charger, I'm more than welcome. We got a lot of plugs in here. So anyways, and there's food. Let's do this. Let's show it, because we need it. We need it, guys. We do. Let's be honest. We need this.
And then, just so you know, two things that Al Williams reminded me of, UAW. When you're calling, say you're with UAW Women's Department in Supermajority in this space. Thank you for that reminder. And you will only have to call today, probably, if we all on the line for 30 minutes, we're gonna blow it out the water. And I promise you, the experience is this. When people call and they finish, they be like, oh my God, that was fun. Like, it is the most hilarious thing, especially when you all calling together. So I can say, Yeah, exactly. You can spread out across the room. You can move your chairs if they don't mind, you know, because some people you don't want to be next to somebody. I'm very loud, so you don't want me next to you when I'm phone banking. But you can begin. So did it all ever come up for everybody on their phone? Who does not have it or having trouble with it? You don't edit it. What do you mean? How do you edit it? You don't need to edit it. But I can give you some advice to shorten the script. It should be a button up there that says hide script, so you don't have to stroll all the way down. As long as you know, first read the script, understand the script, and then you can hide the script to get to the point of clicking yes and moving on to the next caller. Does everybody see that?
So it can be as simple as, hi, my name is Tanya Ray. I'm volunteering with UAW Women's Department and Supermajority. Do you believe women should have rights?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, well, thank you. Have an amazing day. Click
Literally.
next.
But you can use one of the rules. The rules are in the script all the way at the bottom. That's why I say read the script. Learn. If you need to know the rules, it's paper back there that you guys can share that has our rules listed, or we can put the rules back up here. As long as everybody has this link, we can put the rules back up here. Which one is that? The rules, because that's what we're asking. Do they believe in our values? If they do, we go on to the next caller. So, with that being said, I have to begin to phone bank. Are there any questions? Food will be served for... What? Behind? Oh. Huh? Oh, you don't have it? It's a paper. Somebody pass the paper for the QR code. Texting, you just texting, but we're not texting. We're doing phone banking today. You lie. No, we send you a link too, and we will have those to where Tanya has everybody email here. That's why that matters. And she might do a text bank on her Wednesdays. So Tanya will be holding event every Wednesday for UAW women to participate in. She might do a text bank. She might do a virtual phone bank. But you will see her. Tanya is also your connector. And I don't think Tanya expressed strongly. Tanya has the ability to create anything that you guys want to do to get out the vote. There is no coming from me. Whatever she needs, we will supply so she can have it to be successful. Supermajority really believes in empowering women. And we need a good budget to empower them, right? You need money, right? And Tanya has that at her disposal to do what she needs to do to be successful. So come with her with all those great ideas. As long as they're about getting out the vote, guess what? Yes.
We'll do them. Anybody need a sheet with the majority rules on them?
So I guess we'll do a countdown to get started. You need a sheet? Okay. But they are in a thing. Like, you can start calling with one majority rules. Do you believe that our lives are safe? I want to talk to you, though. And so we will do that for probably about 30, 40 minutes. Then your wonderful director will come up here and close it out. But I will be seeing how many calls we get in 30, 40 minutes. I think we're going to blow it out the water.
And so for those who are joining us online, we're going to switch gears and do a few interviews while we're doing the phone banking. So if you're online, go ahead and start phone banking, and we'll have a few interviews from members who actually came to attend today. So for those who are tuned in live, we are going to do some interviews with women who came out today to support the supermajority. And so we have Stephanie, who's here with us from Local 51. So what brought you out today?
I came out to see what the event was about and to learn about how the women are empowering to vote and to get to know their rights and to be there to make a choice on what their life has.
So let me ask you this, because we talked about being the heat and the light. How do you plan on being the heat and the light?
I'm always the heat and the light, but it is election year, so I know I got to bring a little more heat this year. We got a lot more things going on. We need to get the right people in the right places. Everybody's seen that debate the other day. So, just keep aware, get out and vote, be there. Primaries in Michigan are coming up in August, so just be there and vote and make sure everybody knows we get the right people there to help us. So.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. She did that on the fly, everybody. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So as you know, we have representatives from all regions in the room, and we do have with us, I want you to introduce yourself and give your local union, but the first question actually is, what brought you out today?
I contacted.
Your name?
Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm Shelby Portales. I'm from Local 140. I'm actually a law student now, but I came out because I'm really dedicated for the labor movement. My dad is Brandon Campbell, the regional director, and I really want to legalize maybe sex work and get bartenders and servers union, and maybe even like strippers, because I know that they unionize some of them in New York, but it's all about women power, and I'm bringing the heat because I'm a lawyer, so I'm going to make these laws for real, so.
Thank you so much. And then you answer both questions, so thank you.
Yeah.
And we value all the work of women, so thank you. Thank you. So we have another member who's here with us who's going to do another interview with us. If you can give your name and your local union, and then just tell us what brought you out today.
My name is Yolanda Passman. I'm from UAW Local 22. And why I came out today is because I believe in all of this. I believe in the fact that I don't want somebody else making decisions for myself or for my daughters. I have 2 daughters, and I don't believe that there should be people out there making decisions for our rights to vote or what we want to choose to do with our bodies. So that's why I'm out here today.
Thank you so much. And I think you said it, but how are you bringing the heat and the light?
Oh, well, I'm bringing in the heat and the light by trying to do as much as I can, either canvassing, go door knocking, phone banking, whatever is needed, I'm out here doing work.
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us, and I hope you stay for the phone banking.
I am.
You will? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Got it. All right, thank you so much. Come on, sister. Look, we got a whole slew of women in the room, and so we are interviewing everybody. Hello, hello. So we want you to say your name and your local union and tell us what brought you out today.
Greetings, my name is Tawanda Sawyer and I am from Local 140. I came out today because I've seen so many flyers about us combining with Supermajority. I did not know who Supermajority was, so they said if you wanted to get more information, make sure you come out so they can introduce them and we can collide on future endeavors. So I came out today, I met a lot of people and it was so nice. The pink is everywhere. I love this color. I wish I would have known the word pink, but I'm excited about us combining and becoming larger. I am excited about us supporting each other and not just women. I am extremely excited that we are going to have a lot of people backing us now. But I mean, those were most of the reasons that I did come out today.
Thank you. And because I know you're so active, how do you plan on bringing the light and the heat and maybe even partnering with us in Supermajority?
I am going to bring the light because I am a light myself. So wherever I go, I'm going to shine. And bringing the heat is just informing everyone of what we plan to do and our goals.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we have a few more interviews that we're going to do. And so if you want to give your name and your local union and what brought you out here today.
I'm Lindsay Wild. My local union is Local 228, and I'm here to help support women and bring a voice and stand united, solidarity.
Thank you. And how do you plan on bringing the heat and the light?
Boots on the ground.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we need is boots on the ground. And if you can't do that, you can text bank, you can phone bank. There's so many opportunities that we have with Supermajority, even within our own National CAP program. So we just want to give that special shout out as well. So thank you so much, Lindsay. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to constantly do interviews. We're grabbing people who are in the room with us. So if you could just give us your name and your local union and what brought you out here today.
Yes, I'm Keely Bell. I'm with UAW.
Go ahead.
What'd you say? Oh.
It's okay.
Okay, sorry. Good afternoon. I'm Keely Bell. I'm with UAW 1700. And what brought me out today is that I am a woman and I believe our rights should be protected. I have a granddaughter that's 1.5 years, and I want when she's able to vote, I want her to be able to have all the rights and all the privileges in which that she deserves.
Thank you so much. And before you go, don't be trying to scoot away from the camera. How do you plan on bringing the heat and the light this season so we can get out the vote?
Well, this heat, I plan on using my access with Facebook, all the different social platforms, but I also will be out here door knocking and doing everything in which that I need in my power to help us move this supermajority with the UAW forward.
Thank you so much, Sister Keely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to try to grab some more interviews. In the meantime, I hope that you're phone banking. There's so many different opportunities for you to actually participate in this event. We are doing phone banking now, and you'd be amazed how many people we can touch just in a short time frame. And again, I know that it was reiterated, but you want to make sure that you look at the script, check it out. As you're calling people, they don't know you, but they will be excited to hear a live person really talking about what it is that we're standing for and what we bring as women and why everybody should get out the vote this election season. So we have another special guest who is joining us in this moment. So if you can give your name and your local union or why you're here. and also express, why you're here. Yep, answer that question.
Kimberly Ritchie, Local 2071, Wayne State University. I'm here for the supermajority and the women's rights, and I know it's crucial right now that we really have to vote, and I'm an advocate in voting.
Okay.
So, yes.
Absolutely. So how do you plan on bringing the heat and the light this election season?
Hopefully the phone banks, maybe, because I'm a phone tech, so I can do that, yes.
Okay.
I would prefer texting, but I'll call too, so yeah. So that's how I want to do it. Wherever I'm needed, I'm, available.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's just that easy, everybody who's tuning in. It's that easy. You can do it from wherever you are. I've even done it for the state of Pennsylvania. There's Arizona, Georgia. There's so many states that you can touch just from the fingertips of your phone. So we want to welcome you to join in. And thank you so much, sister, for joining us today. Yes. There's so many women in the room, and they're energized and excited. So if you could give your name and your local union and what brought you out today.
All right. Hi, I'm Dawn Quinice Potts. I'm from Local 182, Livonia Transmission. And what brings me out today was just being around the energy of the women here and just getting the feel of being able to empower everyone to get out and vote in this upcoming election and strengthening our women and all the rights and the getting ready and getting empowered, pretty much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And how do you plan on bringing the light and heat? Because I see you're a women's committee member, and I want to know, how is your women's committee going to bring the light and the heat this election season?
So we will be getting ready to pretty much share all this information that we received today, and we're going to bring it back to our committee as well. And on the Wednesdays, we're going to get out and try to do the phone banking and door knocking and try to educate all the women in our committee to get out and get active.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And this is just a testament of the power of women, that our women's committees aren't bound to just doing fundraisers, that we actually are doing actions. So thank you so much for coming out today, and we look forward to doing work with you. Yeah, thank you. So we have so many women in the room again, and we also have a few good men in the room too, but we are interviewing them all to figure out what brought them out here. So if you can give your name, your local union, and what brought you out today.
Hi, I'm Denise Caldwell from UAW Local 7. What brought me out today, of course, I want to be in the know. I want to know what's going on with my body, how we get involved, how we get the vote out, how we make sure that man don't become our president and we keep the same one we have. I know I ain't supposed to say that probably, but it's the truth. I got to protect my body and my daughter's body and the bodies of all the females that I know, because this is crazy just absolutely crazy. Just the stuff that's going on underneath the scenes, in the scenes, above the scenes. This is all crazy.
It is, and what Denise didn't share was that she's also the state president for Michigan for the Coalition of Labor Union Women. And so what are some things that you're doing in the state of Michigan, especially even with UAW women, to make sure that we get out the vote?
So, of course, CLUE is going to partner with the supermajority and the League of Women Voters as well as the UAW Women's Department. So we're all in this coalition together to make sure that we get out the vote. We're making sure that we talk to people. We're making sure that we phone bank. We're making sure that we knock doors. We're making sure that we have family gatherings, which you talked about earlier. So what I do is most of the people in my family are 50 and above. I finally hit that 50 mark, but 50 and above. So we have like a family party, like a gathering, and I tell them what's going on, how they need to vote, where they need to vote, and then we vote together, and then we take that stuff and put it in not the mailbox, we take it to the Department of Elections to make sure that our stuff, we love the mail, and we know that it works, but we just want to make sure our stuff is there, so we take it to the Department of Elections. We don't want to chance it. And yeah, so that's what we do. So if more people do that, we'll be fine. And there's so many people that saying they're not going to vote, and I just don't understand why. So we all got to stand on our head and do whatever we have to do to get these people out to vote. So.
Thank you so much. And that's just building a broader coalition. For those who are members of the Coalition of Labor Union Women, we not only work within the UAW with UAW women, but we're always working within the AFL-CIO to build a broader coalition. So thank you so much for the light, the heat that you're going to bring, and we appreciate the work.
I mean, it wouldn't be us if we didn't do the work. That's what we're here to do, is the work. So, gotta do it and volunteer everybody we can, because it's not, you don't have a choice. We don't have a choice, because we don't want to wake up again in November and be crying like we were before. We don't want that, so we gotta make sure we get everybody out. Hey, everybody, get out and vote.
Thank you so much. And I love what the sister talked about, because the reality of it is that this election is about issues. It's about women. It's about our bodies. It's about our freedom and our ability to vote. So we have another member who's coming up. I'm telling you, we got a room full. We're doing the phone banking. You hear all the chatter in the background. So if you can introduce yourself, give your name and your local union, and what brought you out today.
Hello. My name is Tiffany Ship. I'm with Local 600. Dearborn Truck Plant, Dearborn Stamping. What brought me out is the message, supermajority. Yes, we are. We're women, and I'm ready to make my opinion extra loud. I'm willing to do whatever is necessary for all of us to really get out. I feel like this is one of the most important elections. I have a 7 and 11-year-old, and when I tell you, I know that I have to be involved. I have to do something. So that's why I showed up, Dow. Whatever is required, from union dues to walking the streets. I don't really want to do the phone banks. I really want to be in person and talk to people. So.
Well, you know what? Thank you. And know that you can do that as well, whether it be through the Supermajority Women's Department Partnership or through our National CAP program. We will all be mobilizing to get out the vote. So thank you for showing up today. And thank you for willing to do an interview on spot. So thank you so much. Thank you. So we not only have women in the room, we got some good men in the room too. So if you want to come up and introduce yourself, give your name and your local union, and then what brought you out today.
Okay, hello, how's it going? My name is Martin Tutwiler. I'm from Local 160. I'm a community activist here to support.
Thank you so much. So how do you plan on bringing the heat and the light this election season?
Well, by getting involved, but it's something that I always do. I always go out to the community as a community activist to give people the information. It's very important to hear the information and get the facts so we can know what to vote on and what for.
Absolutely. You're hitting on a key thing. This election season, disinformation, which is just false information, is out there, is very strong. So it's so important that when we're door knocking that we discount that. And what kind of things that you plan on doing at your local union level or partnering with the Women's Committee there to potentially get out the vote?
Oh, I just stay engaged. I'm actually part of 160 Women's Committee. So I just believe that for us to move forward, we just have to have conversation, engage with each other, build relationship and coalitions. So I'm just proud of the UAW and Supermajority coming together, because there is strength in numbers and power in the people.
It is. Thank you so much for your time today, and I appreciate you. And this is, you gave a shameless plug, because men can be a part of the Women's Committee. We accept everybody, so thank you so much. Thank you. Yep, all right. Thank you. So we again are doing our phone banking. There's a lot of synergy and energy in the room, and so we are literally petitioning you, even in this moment. You have the link. Please do the phone banking. It really does help, and it makes an impact. You'd be surprised how many numbers that we actually get from doing phone banking. So I'm going to grab one more member, and then we'll kind of pause for a moment for our interview. Carrie, come on. Yes, come on. Where's these? Oh, okay, here we go. Look. You know, women, we're going to have to stand up in this moment, okay? This is not that hard. We just really want to know, what brought you out today. Give you your name and your local union and what brought you here today.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer Boonenberg. I'm out of UAW Local 163, which is located in Region 1A in Westland, Michigan. What brought me out here today is the empowerment of women. Women's rights are on the line. Women's privacy is on the line. I mean, everything is on the line. This election is for the soul of this country, and if we do not act now, if we do not do our part, then we are only to blame. We have to keep moving forward. We have to educate. We have to make sure people are registered and that they exercise their rights. Me as a woman, and I have nieces, and I have a brand new baby niece, and I don't want to leave them a world that they don't have rights in. I'm not for going back, I'm for moving forward. So that's why this is important to me.
Thank you so much, because you're highlighting the fact this is an intergenerational fight. This is a fight for all of us, whether it's the young, the aged, whomever, that we're all in this fight together, as this is truly a women's issues are truly everyone's issues. So can you express, how you're going to bring the heat and the light this election season? And even if you want to talk about, because I know you do the Women's Committee for CBTU and Region 7, so if you want to share even some of the things that you plan on doing there.
Well, we're actually getting ready to have a meeting for CBTU. It's actually the Canton chapter. I'm the women's chair, and I want to do some GOTV, and I want to work with the organization going forward with that, possibly with APRI and or Supermajority. Maybe we could do a collaboration. I am a part of Detroit Downriver APRI, so I am currently the recording secretary. So we phone bank, we canvass, we do voter rights, education, voter registration. I want to keep going forward with that. Working with Region 1A with phone banking when we do labor walks coming up. And anybody like Supermajority who needs help with that, I want to donate my time and be able to do that. It's get in where you fit in, wherever you fit in. So that's how I plan on bringing the heat and the fire.
Thank you so much. And she's given great ideas, because this is all about coalition building. Supermajority brings a resource where you can tap in whatever group you have, even if it's your family. You can do text banking, phone banking. You can even knock doors. The opportunities are endless, but we just want you to jump on board. And if you have an organization you're part of, the UAW Women's Department and Supermajority are willing to partner, because this is a pivotal moment and we have to get out the vote. Thank you so much for your time today and for all your ideas, because I know you planted a few seeds and I know it'll help that grow. So thank you.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. Mama Pam.
So thank you so much, and I'm totally volunteering people to come up here, because they came out today, but trying to get women to talk is hilarious, because a lot of them don't want to, but we are truly excited to have so many in the room and so many sticking around to actually do the phone banking, because it's just that easy. You're literally clicking a link and then starting to talk to people. So we're going to have our next interviewee come up, and and this has been a long-time activist, one that has really even helped me so very much. So if you could share your name and your local, and then what brought you out here today.
Okay, I am Pam Powell. I am from Local 600. I am recently retired and loving it. And what brought me out here today was just the power of women, the camaraderie. I love being with these sisters here. It's like family. And I would not send them to work or into the battlefield and not come with them and have their back. I don't know how Ashley feels that I helped her. I always felt like she was helping me. Even though she was the youngest one, she was always so bright and she was so helpful. And now I teach a lot of classes for U of M Labor Studies. And if Ashley's not available, I'm not coming. It's like, if Ashley's not working with me, oh, I'm not coming. No, that's not true. I have done a couple without her, and she was sorely missed. But this is a worthy cause. Women do make the majority, and the majority in most cases rules, except politically. So we're going to just have to step into our greatness and exercise our power. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam Powell. And that just shows, like, this is intergenerational. We not only have active employees, but we also have retirees as well. And we're so grateful for all the women that came out today, all of those who are joining us online. We're going to continue to phone bank for a little bit longer, and then we'll come back with a closing message. Thank you. Okay, so we could not leave today without having this sister here, who is the president of the Coalition of Labor Union Women, who joined us all the way from DC for this momentous occasion. So if you want to share who you are, and then just give us the why you came, what brought you out today.
Hi, my name is Elise Bryant. I'm the president of the Coalition of Labor Union Women. And I drove from Maryland to be here because Ashley was hanging out and told me about the supermajority thing. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm there. And I was just coming as a participant. I didn't think I'd be speaking or sharing. But I'm so glad I came because this is the work that must be done. We have the power. It's going to make a difference in this election. We know it's going to be about women. So thank you, and thanks for letting me come.
Of course. And do you want to share like how the Coalition of Labor Union Women is going to get out the vote this election season? I know we've created a whole plan, but I just want you to go ahead and share with our with those who are listening in live.
No, absolutely. The Coalition of Labor Union Women, we have a whole plan for going to those states, those same targeted states, where we know we really can make a difference. And so we're going to be door knocking and phone calling and having postcard parties because we found postcards to be really helpful to get, plus we support the U.S. Postal Service. So we'll be working on that with across the country.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the work that you do structurally all across the AFL-CIO to mobilize women to actually realize their own power. So thank you so much for being with us today and for driving all the way from Maryland. Shout out to you. So thank you so much.
It's the UAW, baby. You know, have car, will travel.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. And we're back because once you get women talking, you can't end it, okay? We have so many women here who are excited about this partnership. So if you can introduce yourself with your name and your local union, and then what brought you out here today?
Okay, I'm Beth Morrow. I'm from Local 22, Region 1. And today I wanted to find out more about the supermajority. I saw it on the site. And once I found out what we have going on here, it is very exciting to find out that somebody else is on the same page that I've been thinking about all the time, and somebody's actually taken action, and it's great. So I'm very excited about that. I've been working on some things myself, understanding what's going on in the UAW and our long work hours and our family life, and our work family is broken. And these women here are really trying to get some people into the politics and follow through and get some of these actions addressed. So it's very important to me, and I'm glad that somebody's already working on it behind the scenes. So it was good to see everybody here today and hear what everybody had to say.
And thank you so much, Beth, for it, because you're highlighting a few different things, because we did gain some very strong contracts during this contractual season. But legislatively, we have to push for more because they can literally take away what we bargained for in the legislative halls. So thank you so much for highlighting that. But I also want you to share, because what most people don't know is that Beth has been involved at every women's committee at every location that she's ever gone to. And so she brings a unique level of experience. But how do you plan on working within your committee to bring the heat and the light to get out the vote this election season?
Well, first of all, we got to get them all engaged in the supermajority, and we have to educate them what it is. I wasn't sure exactly what the whole background was. I looked at the website and everything, and after coming here today to hear what everybody had to say, I need to take it back. We need to regroup, and we need to get the women on board, definitely.
And thank you so much. Thank you for the work that you've done over the years. Thank you for the work that you're going to do, and we truly appreciate you. And you're highlighting the fact it's so easy. If you want to partner with Supermajority, just shoot the Women's Department, Women's, WOMENS, DEPT 1955 at UAW.net. We will connect you with the Supermajority to make sure that whatever action you want to do, you can do it within this partnership or even the League of Women Voters. So thank you so much for those tuning in. And we're going to continue to phone back here and get some closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
if we get you to just click back on that link, and we can probably do like 10. Now, I know I do 10 with 4 people. So that means that y'all been giving up. Even if they hang up, just go to the next. And one more thing. Everybody who clicked in to call, your name is recorded. We will give that to LaShawn English, and she will know who did call. So even if you go on for a minute, your name will be recorded, and it has how many dials that you made. She'll get that list. Denise, click on that link so she can see your name. I did click. It ain't, you gotta click because it say how many dials. Just hang up on people. No, listen. No, come here. Let it dial. If somebody come on, hang up, put yes, go to the next person. Because then she will see how many dials each person made. Got it. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure y'all don't feel be like, because it tags your name on it. You know what I mean? People that I care about, I don't care. So let me show you. So when it pick up a call,
it does that.
It's dialing. It's dialing numbers. So, quick. I need everybody quiet for 1 second. When the phone is doing this, oh, that's a messenger. Let me show you. That means it's dialing because Miss Sharon Parker didn't know. This means that it's dialing. There's nothing wrong. It's just dialing out. So it's dialing.
Okay.
And then when a green come up, it gives you a person. Let me show you. Actually, that's short. You don't have to place so just say answer. You don't have to. Don't put repeat if you don't talk. Just put answer machine or yes. You get what I'm saying? That's it. It only gives you people that answer. See what? You can put talk to a person, yes, no. Or you can talk to them, but I just want to make it simple for you, just so I can. emailed you that list too. You should have your email already. You got it? Because I like to do it in the moment. If I'm doing it in the moment.
If you want to
This
actually,
was
you want
good,
to,
though.
let's go ahead and announce if they're on live. So
You can announce we're almost at 6,000. Okay.
we'll close out with the right English.
Okay. So we have an update. We are almost at 6,000 diodes. Yeah, that's good. Where's the record?
All right, so we're actually going to close out on Facebook Live, but we're going to actually have some closing remarks from Director English. If I could have everybody in the room calm down. Everybody in the room. Let's just get back to one meeting. Director English is going to give us some closing remarks. And did you guys enjoy yourselves? Did y'all have fun doing the phone banking? It was easy, right? So without further ado, closing remarks from the UAW International Women's Department Director LaShawn English.
First up, I want to thank everyone for coming. And those on Facebook Live, I hope you did your call banking too. And again, this was such a wonderful event. This is what women can do. Supermajority and UAW Women's Department, this is what we do. And our job is to, what will we say? To bring the what? And the light. So by doing those things, that requires to knock on one more door, that requires the phone banking, and that requires the talking to our family. I would encourage everyone to please talk to their family members. Because if you can't talk to your family members, that's a problem, right? They should be the easy ones to talk to. So start with your family, and please continue to phone bank, because Supermajority has something going on every weekend. I hope to see everybody on Wednesday when we have our Talk About Wednesdays at the UAW Women's Department. And hopefully everyone joined UAW Women's Department.org. And also please join our UAW Women's Facebook page so you can get all the updates. So thank you again, and what a fabulous time I had today. Thank you, guys.